Let me ask you a simple question. What's the very first thing you do when you wake up? Because that small act, the one you repeat every single morning without even thinking, might be quietly raising your blood pressure, spiking your stress hormones, and setting your heart up for struggle before you've even left the bed. We're talking about common symptoms that many older adults dismiss as just aging. Morning fatigue, dizziness when standing up, brain fog, that tight, uneasy feeling in the chest. But here's the truth. These aren't always signs of getting older. They're often signs of a cardiovascular system under pressure, triggered by habits that feel normal but aren't. Today, we're going to uncover 3 common morning mistakes that quietly strain your heart after 60. The kind of mistakes most people make without realizing it, because no one ever told them otherwise. More importantly, you'll learn the simple shifts you can make tomorrow morning to lower that pressure, improve your energy, and bring calm back to the start of your day. It doesn't take medication. It doesn't take a major lifestyle overhaul. It takes awareness and about 5 minutes of gentle change. Let's begin. 1. Reaching for your phone first thing in the morning, a hidden spike you never saw coming. Most people don't even question this habit. You wake up, reach over, grab your phone. Within seconds, you're checking the weather, skimming headlines, reading texts, or scrolling through emails. It feels productive. It feels normal. You may even believe you're easing into your day. But for your heart and blood vessels, this one act may be doing the exact opposite. Here's what actually happens inside the body. Within moments of unlocking your screen, your brain shifts from rest to alert. Your cortisol levels rise sharply. This is the hormone responsible for stress. Your sympathetic nervous system kicks in, activating your fight or flight response. Your heart rate accelerates, blood vessels constrict, and blood pressure begins to climb. All of this happens before you've had a chance to breathe deeply, stand upright, or drink a single sip of water. And when this pattern repeats day after day, your body begins to anchor waking up with stress. That becomes your new baseline. A calm morning, your system forgets what that feels like. I had a 68-year-old patient, a retired engineer, organized, disciplined. His diet was clean, he walked daily, he was on proper medication. Yet every morning, his blood pressure reading was elevated by 10 to 12 points. After carefully reviewing his morning routine, we found the issue. Every day, the first thing he did, before even sitting up in bed, was read financial headlines, news alerts, and stock updates on his phone. He didn't think of it as stress, he thought it was being efficient. But to his nervous system, it was a daily alarm. So we made one small change. No phone until after tea and breakfast. That's it. No screens within the first hour of waking. What happened? Within 10 days, his systolic pressure dropped by 8 points. His resting heart rate slowed, and most importantly, he said, "I feel calmer now, not just in my body, but in my head." This story is not an outlier. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Hypertension found that seniors who looked at screens within 30 minutes of waking had significantly higher systolic blood pressure and longer periods of nervous system stress activation compared to those who kept their mornings tech-free. Why? Because digital input equals biological stress, especially early in the day when your body is still regulating from sleep. So here's your takeaway. Charge your phone outside the bedroom. Use an old-fashioned alarm clock if needed, and wait at least 30 to 60 minutes before checking messages or news. Give your body what it actually needs in those first moments. Stillness, hydration, gentle movement. Not information, not stimulation, not alerts. Because the way you begin your day sets the rhythm for everything that follows. And a calm morning is not a luxury, it's medicine. Especially for the heart after 60. 2. Skipping water first thing in the morning, a silent strain on your heart. Let's be honest, most people don't wake up feeling thirsty. And if they do, they tend to reach for coffee, tea, or juice, not water. It's a habit so common, it feels harmless. But after 60, it's one of the most overlooked causes of early blood pressure spikes. Here's what your body goes through overnight. While you sleep, your body is busy. It breathes, repairs, regulates temperature, and in doing so, it quietly loses fluid through your lungs, your skin, even your breath. By the time you open your eyes, you've gone 6 to 8 hours without a sip, and your system is running low. The blood becomes a little thicker, the vessels a little tighter. The heart, sensing this mild dehydration, has to work harder to maintain circulation. Now imagine adding caffeine, a stimulant and a diuretic, to that dehydrated system. It doesn't just delay hydration, it pulls even more water from the body, tightens the blood vessels further, and increases the release of adrenaline and cortisol. That's the perfect storm. A dehydrated heart plus stimulant load equals unnecessary morning stress on the cardiovascular system. I had a 73-year-old patient, lively, independent, and on no medication. But his morning blood pressure readings were all over the place. Some days normal, other days 10 points too high. The only pattern? He drank strong green tea immediately after waking, without even rinsing his mouth. We made one simple change: a full glass of warm water first, then tea 10 minutes later. That was it. Within 2 weeks, his morning readings stabilized. The dizziness he felt while standing disappeared. His mental clarity improved, and his cardiologist, after reviewing 2 months of steady data, lowered his medication dose. No diet change, no supplements, just water. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Geriatric Cardiology confirmed this. Seniors who drank 300 milliliters of warm water within 15 minutes of waking had significantly lower systolic blood pressure, better vascular flexibility, and fewer symptoms of lightheadedness compared to those who began their day with caffeine or food alone. This isn't about depriving you of your morning coffee or tea. It's about reordering the ritual and understanding that hydration isn't just about thirst. It's about blood flow, oxygen delivery, brain clarity, and heart ease. So here's what you can do starting tomorrow. Keep a glass or bottle of water by your bedside. Drink 300 to 400 milliliters of warm or room temperature water within the first 10 minutes of waking. Wait 10 to 15 minutes before drinking tea or coffee. Give your cardiovascular system time to wake up gently. Let the water thin your blood slightly, rehydrate your cells, and tell your heart, you're safe, we're ready. That's not just a good habit. It's a therapeutic reset every single morning. 3. Staying still after waking, the missing signal your heart needs. For many older adults, the instinct is to move slowly in the morning, to stay in bed a little longer, sit quietly, or wait until the body feels ready. It feels safer, especially if you've ever experienced dizziness or imbalance upon rising. But ironically, that instinct to stay still may be the very reason your blood pressure spikes. Let's explain why. The moment you wake up, your body naturally initiates a process called the morning blood pressure surge. This isn't a flaw, it's a biological rhythm. Your system is preparing for vertical posture, light, temperature change, and activity. The heart increases output, blood vessels begin to dilate, and the nervous system prepares to transition from rest to motion. But here's the key. That transition only works properly when you move. When you stay still, lying in bed, scrolling your phone, sitting for too long, your blood vessels remain constricted, and baroreceptors, the pressure-sensing cells inside your arteries, don't activate the way they should. As a result, when you finally do stand up, your system overcorrects. Blood pressure surges, and symptoms like dizziness, chest pressure, or anxiety may appear. I had a 76-year-old patient who experienced exactly this. He didn't feel unwell, just heavy in the head every morning. His blood pressure was always highest before breakfast. His instinct was to stay seated longer, hoping the feeling would pass. We did the opposite. I asked him to begin each morning with 2 minutes of light movement before sitting down. Nothing intense, just shoulder rolls, ankle circles, standing spinal twists, and a slow walk to the window and back. Within 10 days, his morning blood pressure dropped by 5 points. His energy felt more stable, and he told me something that stuck with me. I feel like I arrive in my day, not collapse into it. A 2020 study from the Journal of Human Hypertension supports this. Researchers found that seniors who performed just 2 to 3 minutes of low-intensity movement within 10 minutes of waking had significantly reduced pressure surges, improved vascular tone, and greater orthostatic stability, meaning they were less likely to experience dizziness or imbalance upon standing. This isn't about doing more, it's about doing smarter. Here's a simple sequence to try tomorrow. Before even getting out of bed, take 3 deep breaths. Sit up slowly, roll your shoulders and neck, stand gently, flex your ankles, raise your arms above your head. Walk slowly to the window or bathroom, focusing on steady, upright posture. Think of this not as exercise, but as a wake-up call for your circulation. You're telling your body, we're standing, we're moving, we're safe. And when your heart hears that signal, it no longer needs to rush. The result? Less tension, more clarity, more confidence, both physically and mentally, to step into your day. Because at this stage of life, it's not about chasing intensity. It's about creating rhythm, and rhythm begins with motion. Conclusion. We often think that protecting the heart means medication, surgery, or dramatic lifestyle changes. But sometimes the most powerful support begins with something much smaller: how you start your morning. What you've seen today are 3 simple habits: no screens in the first few minutes, water before caffeine, and gentle movement before sitting still. Each habit alone might seem too minor to matter, but together, they send a powerful message to your body. You're safe, you're supported, you can begin the day without stress. And here's the truth many people don't hear enough. Your body still listens, even after 60, even after diagnosis, even after years of routines. Your body listens and responds if you give it the right signals. I've seen patients go from fear to freedom, from dreading mornings to waking up with clarity, not because they added more to their plate, but because they took away the hidden stressors. This is your reminder. You don't need to wait for your next doctor's visit to make a change. You don't need to fear every number on the blood pressure monitor. You can take back control, gently, steadily, starting tomorrow morning. One better choice. 1 glass of water, 1 quiet breath before reaching for your phone. That's how healing begins. Not with noise, but with intention. If this message resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone you care about. Because after 60, our greatest medicine might not be in a bottle. It might be in a habit we choose to change. Stay steady, stay kind to yourself, and remember, the first few minutes of your morning don't belong to stress. They belong to you. If this message spoke to you, even just a little, take the next small step. Like this video so others over 60 can discover it too. Subscribe for more science-backed guidance made simple and practical. And leave a comment below. Tell me, which of these 3 habits will you try tomorrow? Because better health doesn't begin with doing more. It begins with doing one small thing differently, on purpose and with care. And that starts with you.